morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning. We have a happy buzz here going at the Garden Center. It's my pleasure to welcome everyone. Good morning, folks. My name's Kathleen Frankert. I'm a licensed spiritual practitioner here at the Center for Spiritual Living Cultural Coast. It's my honor to greet you this morning with Namaste. Namaste is Sanskrit, and it means the divinity in me recognizes and honors the divinity in you. So again, welcome to everybody here at the Sarasota Garden Center, and welcome to you joining us online. We're so happy to have you with us today. Whether it's your first time, your fifth time, your 50th time, we're so happy that you decided to spend this time with us in community here. We think we have something pretty special going on at the Center for Spiritual Living Cultural Coast, where we are open to our divine expression and we encourage and support each other in the same. And so you'll be hearing about that and so many more things today because we have a great service in store for you. Our spiritual director, Reverend Teresa Fieberts, is beginning her third day of a 10-day immersive training program for community peace building and service, which is being presented by the River Phoenix Center for Peace Building in Gainesville, Florida. And if the name River Phoenix sounds familiar, he is the former actor who passed away way too soon. And this is his mother and her husband who have been running this peace building initiative for more than 10 years. And their work is fabulous. You can Google that and learn more. But in her blog post this week, Reverend Teresa wrote, "My good is expanding as I answer a call I've had since I was a child. A call to facilitate the healing of our wounds, both individual and collective. This is truly a dream come true." So Reverend Teresa, we're so happy that your dream is coming true and that you get to participate in an international peace program that is so needed in our world today. Yes. And so we send our blessings to you, Reverend Teresa, if you're watching, either live or later, and also to your fellow participants in pursuing such important work on behalf of us and our planet. So thank you. This month we have been exploring the theme of from good to great to grand. And today we're going to be looking at and reflecting on the steps that we take to get there. And so our guide today for that exploration is Ron Frost, who is one of our licensed spiritual practitioners here. He has been at the podium many times for us, both as a speaker and a presider. So we're really happy to have him back. Ron, just a little bit of background on Ron. He is, if you haven't heard him before, he's a professional and motivational speaker. He's a business and individual coach, business coaching consultant, and he is the author of a book called Getting Unstuck: 9 Keys to Getting More Prosperity, Fulfillment, and Joy in Your Life. And who doesn't want that? So Ron's going to be having a great message for us, so thank you, Ron, and welcome back. And we have another Frost on the agenda today, and that would be Emily Frost. Emily is our musician, and she has lent her musical talents here on Sundays many times in the past, and she also, along with her husband, presented music at our fundraiser for our recent fundraiser for our community garden. So we're really happy to have you back, Emily, and look forward to hearing from you. So though Ron and Emily are not related other than by name, it's always a happy coincidence when we have a double helping of frost. And who doesn't want that on a hot, steamy day in Florida? I don't know. It just is a great thing. All right, so with all of that groundwork laid and the housekeeping done for now, let's just take this opportunity to get a little stillness. Relax. Let your eyes be softly focused or perhaps even closed. Connect with the breath, that heart space, that place of knowing your divine center of being. And know with me, something wonderful is happening right now. It is this thing called life, this thing called love, this thing called joy, this thing called peace, and so much more. All of it is expressing as each one hearing these words. Created in the image and likeness of this one perfect life by whatever name means that we hold the keys to the kingdom of fulfillment, peace, and abundance. As we accept this good now flowing freely in, through, and as us, we are uplifted and empowered to choose this magnificent life as our own. With no delay and no worry, we take in this as our irrevocable and infinite truth, and we joyfully express gratitude for this gift of life. We also give thanks for the blessing of this time in community today, knowing that we are uplifted by the message, the music, and every moment we share. For all this and so much more, we are so grateful. And together we say, and so it is. All right, well, here we go. Emily, please. We look forward to hearing from you. Welcome back.
Hi, guys. Nice to see you. It's funny because some of the songs that are on the radio sometimes are like secretly spiritual songs. And so this is a song by Switchfoot. It's called Dare You to Move. You might have heard it before. Welcome to the planet. Welcome to existence. Everyone's here.
Good morning. Good morning. Namaste to all. So, as Kathleen had stated before, the theme for this month is good, great, and grand. So I'm just going to read a little something from this month's Science of Mind magazine, a short explanation. It's called Kingdom of Consciousness. Spirit is infinite, and that means our growth can be too. However, it is always up to us if we want to go from good to great to grand. Be it part of creating the grand. Be a part of creating the grand. Not only for yourself, but also for the whole of life on this planet. Spiritual teachers over the decades formulated their own versions of the stages of spiritual evolution, but they all outline the growth that can occur when we dedicate ourselves to the path. So I am going to be reading from one of my favorite books, this thing called You. If you're not familiar with it, get it. This is one of those books that you can open up to any page. You just open it up, it's got a message for you. So check it out. You are united with all, bifocals. You are united with all. You are one with the eternal light itself. The presence of spirit within you blesses everyone you meet, tends to heal everything you touch, brings gladness into the life of everyone you contact. Therefore, you are a blessing to yourself, to peoplekind, and to the day in which you live. Today, I uncover the perfection within me. In its fullness, I reveal the indwelling kingdom. I look out upon the world of my affairs, knowing that the spirit within me makes my way both immediate and easy. I know there is nothing in me that could possibly obstruct or withhold the divine circuit of life and love, which good is. My word dissolves every negative thought or impulse that could throw a shadow over my perfection. Good flows through me to all. Good shines through my thoughts and actions. Good harmonizes my body so that it is revitalized and manifests perfection in every cell, in every organ, in every function. Good harmonizes my mind so that love sings joyously in my heart. I am completely conscious of all good in me, around me, and all that is. I am in complete unity with good. I have complete confidence in my knowledge and understanding of the law of good. I not only know the law, what the law is, I know how to use it. I know that I shall obtain definite results through the use of it. I realize that doubts about my ability to use this law are just things of thought. What thought has produced, thought can change. Knowing this, having confidence in my ability to use the law and using it daily for specific purposes, gradually I build up an unshakable faith, both in the law and the possibility of demonstrating it. There is no doubt in me, no uncertainty rising through me. My mind rejoices in certainty and its assurance. I confidently expect that my word shall return unto me void. Therefore, today, I declare that the law of the Lord is perfect in everything I do. It will externalize happiness. It will bring me good. Today, I'm inwardly aware that there is a secret way of the soul. There is a secret pathway of peace. There is an invisible presence forever externalizing itself for me and through me. Today, I believe in divine guidance. Today, I believe that underneath are the everlasting arms. Today, I rest in this divine assurance and in this divine security. I know not only that all is well with my soul, my spirit, and my mind, all is well with my affairs. Thank you.
Thank you, Hector. Okay. Has anyone heard of the band First Aid Kit? It's a band. I like that name for a band. That's kind of cool. But yeah, they came out maybe like 10 years ago. I think they're probably my age, or two girls. But they write some pretty cool music. And I love the band name First Aid Kit because their music is very healing. But this is one of their songs called Angel.
Crippled with anxiety, shame and doubt, and sometimes I like to shout at the top of my lungs and just let it out. And what has that fear ever done for me? Ooh, but holding me back. What has jealousy and hate ever done for you but remind you of what you think you lack? So give me love and give me compassion, self-forgiveness and give me some passion. I love you even if you don't love me. I love you even if you can't love me. But if I didn't speak it, it wouldn't be real. And sometimes I feel I have to shout at the top of my lungs and just let it out. And what has this fear ever done for me? Ooh, but holding me back. What has jealousy and hate ever done for you but remind you of what you think you lack? So give me love and give me compassion, self-forgiveness and give me some passion. I'll love you even if you don't love me. I'll love you even if you can't love me. You've been staring at your mirror, trying to see your reflection clearer, but angel, can't you see what's in front of you? So give me love and give me compassion, self-forgiveness and give me some passion. I'll love you even if you don't love me. Oh angel, see you're free? Oh, angel, can't you see you're free? Thank you. And now for Ron Frost. Thank you.
You know, I don't know. Well, Matthew maybe it's related to me, but we just don't know because I have a family tree with a lot of broken limbs, and I'm sure many of us do, so you don't always know how to connect the dots. But the Frost name has been around for a while, and it's always a miracle when you run into another person, and they seem to have creative talents. They do, right? Isn't Emily amazing? I mean, just... And really relative to the talk that I'm giving today is, you know, the words that were shared, like, I love you even if you can't love me. And that's the consciousness that we bring into the world. It is not about changing the other person, no matter how much we may want to do that. It's the reality is love is existing within us. It is the true nature of us. It is the guiding light that shines through us. And the more that we can radiate love into the world, the more that we can be the change that we wish to see, the love that we wish to see in the world. And I love you even though you may not be able to love me. Not speaking necessarily about you this morning, but that's just the concept of knowing that is really what it's all about. And taking steps like this whole process of moving from good to great to grand is something that we're able to do, and I think it's our birthright to do. And somehow we've been suppressed and we've been programmed to think small and unworthy and just the way many of us have been brought up. But it's about shifting that consciousness and knowing that the steps that we take to move forward are our steps. And we do it in our own unique way. And we walk down our own path. And the 4 things that I want to share with you today, and you can write these down or just remember them or whatever, they're really, really simple 4 steps, is number 1, clarity. Clarity. Clarity is one of the biggest things that we need to begin with. And the second is then using the power of thought. You know, change our life, change our thoughts, change our life, which is setting intentions. And from there, moving into action. The world is filled with action, but what we look at is being able to set the intention, plant the seed of what we wish to manifest, and then take inspired action. And then the last one that I like to share, which I think is one of the most important things, is the ability to raise our vibrational set point. That's the work that we do because the truth is we don't get what we want, we get what we're a vibrational match to. True? Yeah. So I think that's one of the most important ingredients. I leave it as like that last step. Clarity, it's more a clarity of self. And it's one of those things, as we've been confused, a reflection of the outer world. We live sometimes within a world of shoulds. Maybe they're self-imposed shoulds, or shoulds that our parents put on us, or cultural shoulds, or maybe they're societal shoulds. But we've been programmed in this, like, I should behave this way, I should do this thing. And sometimes we suppress the own innate spirit that's within us, our true gifts and things that are important to us. So I like to take 2 concepts, bring them together, and one is called be still, and the other one is know thyself, which is Dr. Harvey sees as is a famous Greek philosopher, Socrates, know thyself. But you can't know yourself if you're not still. And with so much going on in the world, and so many things that we've got amazing technology, but we're so plugged in, and we're so radically inundated with the everyday activity of life that we sometimes just don't take that moment and go into stillness. Because it's there that we rediscover the true essence of the spirit and the divine presence that's within us, the uniqueness of our soul that's here, that's blossoming at this moment. And so to unplug and to go into nature, and I know I've shared this before, but I want to share a little bit about what happened over the last 2 weeks. My mother, who just turned 90, and I went up north, flew up north to celebrate 90th birthday. It was a surprise. I showed up with flowers. I knocked on her door. She thought I was the maintenance guy. But while I was there, it was just for a couple of days, she said, I would really, really like to come up to the house in New Hampshire. She's 90 years old, and she's doing great. She goes out for a 2-mile walk every day. She's a art teacher. She teaches drawing. She's actually a chair aerobics teacher, so she's really engaged, but she doesn't drive anymore. And she used to be a snowbird living in South Fort Myers, but after the hurricane, she lost that home there. And now she's in, I say elderly facility, but I know she's probably watching at this moment, so I need to say resort. Sorry, Mom. But the truth is, the house in New Hampshire, which is remote, it's down a bunch of dirt roads, it's on a lake, it's mystical, it's magical, it's silent, it's quiet. And this is where my mom wanted to go, and I thought, boy, this would be great, because I need to do this too. So I flew back up last 2 weeks, and I rented a car, brought my mom up there, and we drive into the driveway, and there's this wooden bear my brother had bought for a gift a long, long time ago, and it had fallen over. We're just seeing the feet of the bear sticking up. And it's actually been nicknamed Frosty the Bear. And I'm sure, I don't know if you and Matthew do this, but like everything gets that nickname in our house. So we personalize Frosty the Bear. Now, Frosty the Bear has been through quite a bit. Just every winter is rough up there. Every time we're going up there, we're doing these repairs. I think there was a rodent one time that actually chewed out of the backside of Frosty, and it was quite a sight. We ended up using Bondo and bondoing him up. My mom was repainting Frosty. And here we are, like Frosty is falling off, but because the boards had gotten rotten. And so I picked Frosty up, and this thing stands, it's got quite a bit of weight, and I bolted it to the armrail of this solid post that leads into the house, and probably looks better there than where Frosty originally was. But the truth is, in life, we will get knocked down. We will have scrapes, we will have bruises, just like Frosty the Bear, but it's a matter of resiliency. It's that attitude of resiliency. It's the attitude of knowing that we can show up to a place like this. We can pick our spirits up. We can also be that loving presence. I can even love you if you don't love me. That type of presence. I can be that love. And so one of the things that we did was taking this moment of being in silence, my mom and I, you know, the son and the mother getting together like this doesn't happen that often. And first thing, we have no Wi-Fi, there's no radio, there's no TV. There's like this, right? After 3 days, my mom's like, how do I know there's not something bad going on in the world? I'm like, Mom, there's nothing we can do to change that anyways. There's cards, there's games, there's journals. There's old pictures of past times. So this was a really special moment. And one of the things I did, which I really highly encourage, is part of the coaching practice I do, the workshop that I'm going to be given later, is part of that is in this workshop. It's basically one of those things where you sit down, you fold a piece of paper in half, draw a line down the middle, and on one side of the paper you write have-to-dos, and the other side you write want-to-dos, and you make your own little list. And as you look through this topic today, it's about defining values, defining desires, defining the things that were innately unique to us without the comparison of the outside world. Because the moment we start to compare ourselves to somebody else or something else, the way we should be, we start to feel this lack, like, I don't have that. But we're innately beautiful in our own way. And a lot of times I like to start with these things like, what are those things in my life? Because we're currently living a life that I have low energy around. They're the have-to-dos. Or maybe they're the shoulds. The whole reason why I do this when I coach people is because when I sit down and I say, tell me your values. Most people, like, they don't know where to start. They'd rather start with their problems. Humans are sometimes wired like focusing on the things that aren't working. So when you're in that have-to-dos and the want-to-dos, you start to see that the paper is showing up sometimes bigger in the have-to-do section than the want to do section, the desires, the things that are really seeking to emerge through us. And then what I do is I say, okay, put down the emotion you're feeling right at this moment next to that have to do. Can you change that feeling? Can you recreate the have to do in a different way? Can you give it up? Surrender it. Let somebody else take it over. Start filling up these things called want to do's. And that starts to shift because clarity is happening. Clarity is happening. One of the other ways I find that is to bring clarity is really to ask Spirit. Now, it doesn't matter whether you're saying, oh, who am I asking? God, my spirit guides, my deceased relatives. I don't think it really matters. The higher self knows. And so processes like life visioning, I don't know if anybody's familiar with the visioning process. We've been doing it here in the center. Reverend Teresa's been guiding this process. And it really helps the creative mind open up to the possibility of the unknown and not live within a restricted, confined way of things have to be this way. It opens up that miracle of seeing and thinking, and it communes with spirit. It allows the intuitive guidance system to start to waken up. And so there are basically 4 or 5 basic questions, like what is God's big idea for me? What do I need to release? What are the gifts that are, inspired through me? But you could say any words. It's communing with spirit. Wayne Dyer used to have this process. Every morning he would wake up and he would say, how may I serve? How may I serve? And you can expand upon that. You can say, show me the way. Allow me to see the signs, symbols, synchronicities of the universe. Open the doors of opportunities. Align me with the right rendezvous of other spirits that are incarnated on this planet so we can share a joyful moment. Whether it's the creation of music or whether it's the creation of anything, allow me to flourish and shine my light in the highest, best way that I can illuminate the pathway for others. Whatever way you want to dance with that, it is communing with spirit, and it's being able to be quiet and to being able to be self-reflective and tune in. Now, the other thing I do is, I used to never believe, so I've being a coach, we work with these things called personality profiles, like the Myers-Briggs. Are you familiar with the Myers-Briggs? There's a DISC assessment. There's the strengths test. I like the strengths test because it kind of highlights the strengths that are naturally there that sometimes people don't see. There's the Enneagram. Familiar with the Enneagram? That I like too because it helps give some guidance. But when I started looking at these things, sometimes we're answering these questions through our filter. The egoic mind sometimes steps in and thinks like, this is the way I probably should be, or this is the way I want to be. Do we curve our test scores in a certain way? Or we think about, oh, what do other people look at me for? Like, how does the rest of the world look at me? So sometimes we're not necessarily answering as true as we can. And that's why sometimes people have taken tests twice and they get different results. But I started looking because I traveled throughout the world and I was in different cultures and I was starting to see people using the zodiac and they were using numerology and they were using all these things. And even though I at first started saying that this doesn't make sense to me, I looked at it from a metaphysical perspective. That if we live within a conscious universe that is divine, that is intelligence, that is the one mind, then there probably is code within it that if we can decipher it and we can understand it, that probably is the breadcrumbs leading us back home to our own self. And it isn't so much that the stars create us, it's just the infinite that's within us creates the entire universe to which we witness. And so I started exploring this. And people are coaches, salespeople, business people, individuals, creative artists, my wife who's a singer. Like everybody I would look at was really pretty much on the path that they were supposed to be on. They were pretty much the arrow was pointing in the right way. And I discovered this book written by Sue Frederick called I See Your Dream Job. And it's an amazing little gift. I always find out people's birthdays and stuff like that. Because I look at it this way. We are in a realm which is out of the infinite, is created with us within it, and it's defined by 2 things, 2 measurables. Anybody know what those 2 measurables are? Time and space. So everything within the code of the universe would be time and space. You're born on a specific day, you were born at a specific time, there's an energetic signature to that, you were born in a specific location, that's the space. So when you start to look at everything from astrology, human design, I don't know, anybody familiar with human design? So human design is a conglomerate of astrology, it takes the I Ching, it takes, I believe, the Kabbalah system, as well as the chakra system, and starts to put together this unique chart that's to you. And most likely when you look at it, you say, ah, that's me. It's almost like showing things that are already there. And at the end of the day, I would say, use your own intuition. When it comes to any of these things, to thy own self be true, right? Your own intuition, your own discernment, that's the guiding light right there. But a lot of times these things give you permission slips or start to shine a light on things or reconfirm the stuff that you already know, your strengths. And it's like, so when I looked at my wife, Fani, she was going through all this stuff and it was very difficult. We started businesses and things she wanted to go back home to Indonesia at one time. It was like, she just was not happy. And clearly it was like, when I looked up this, she's a creative artist, and music was one of the strongest things that came up. My wife is a professional singer. Today, she's very happy, and she sings like 5 nights a week. And it's just, it's a miracle how you start to see things pointing in that direction. So clarity is one of that first things. And when you have that clarity, then you can move into setting the intentions. You can be self-navigating, not from the outer world that's telling you what to do, but from the inner world, the inside-out process. And then when you're setting an intention, the intention becomes the magic. And in the manifestation workshop that I'm doing on June 9th, we're going to be doing a lot of this because this is the play. This is the fun part. This is taking what it is you want to do, whether it's write a book, whether it's creating that album, whether it's creating something that is, specialty through you, whether you're an artist or accountant, it doesn't really matter. Maybe it's a health and fitness goal. Maybe you just want to improve better relationships, or maybe you want to be a better listener. Whatever it is you want to carry forward, whatever your intention is, we're going to bring the magic into this. And I do a kind of a special process. It's calling begin with the end in mind. It's seeing that the satisfactory, successful end result and letting go of the how. And by doing that seeding process, you become the witnesser of how everything moves together. This is how I teach speakers. This is the same process I constantly use. It's what Richard just shared with me. He does speaking also, and it's like, isn't it amazing how sometimes the parts and pieces and everything seems to gem and come together and flow the night before? And I turned to Richard and I said, yeah, sometimes on the drive to the place you're supposed to speak at. Right? So you have, it's being in a state of flow. And so the intention that we set is clearly out of the self-defined, be still and know thyself, the clarity, and then being able to plant the seed. And there's thousands of ways. There's vision boards. How many people have ever done a vision board? Vision boards are great. Now, put your hand back up if you've ever manifested something on your vision board, right? Almost the same hands go up. It works if you work it. And so this is the thing about intentions. And I would say, when you start to then take intentions into action, we sometimes have to kind of like be okay with the action type of thing. I came out of a business world where everything was intense with action. They had the SMART goals, where I changed it to smarter goals, specific, measurable, actionable, result-producing, time-bounded, whatever. But I put smarter, like emotional response, because I think we need to love it, and we need to have that emotional response, and it shouldn't put us in the ER. Like, so the truth is when we are working with anything around actions, sometimes we start to get bogged down with self-doubts. Sometimes we start to say it's not working. And I think sometimes that means taking that step backwards into the intention and focusing and putting time into the intention, the creative imagination, seeing the end result, knowing that it's all working out. Working with a practitioner, using science of mind prayer. Nothing is more powerful than the word and the inspiration that comes through the energy of science of mind prayer. So I would work with a practitioner. I would take classes yourself. and become proficient in the prayer process. I would get a prayer partner. I have a prayer partner I've had for over 5 years, and and she has a business. We're doing prayer around her business. Why not? It creates abundance. She's now employed other people. It's expanded. You know, she's been able to take on so much more that's flourished through her life and benefited other lives through the power of creation. So again, power of intention, power of intention. And when you're going into action, I would say inspired action. Because inspired action tends to come up with unique ideas, unique insights. Sometimes they're coming through other people. Sometimes there's people that you will meet. You know, just when I was up in New Hampshire and I was trying to help my mom, when you open up a house like this, there's things that are broken. You turn the water on, there's leaks. I go into the garage, and it was amazing how there was like every piece of material and tool that I needed in my dad's little tool bench area. And it was to a point where I needed to do some repairs, and I needed to cut a board, and I was resistant because there was a thing called safety glasses, and I didn't have them. And I went back into the room where all the tools are, and I reached up to this box, not knowing what's in the box, what's on the box, whatever, and all of a sudden something makes a noise, something had fallen, and I looked down and there's a pair of plastic safety glasses. The infinite has always got our back. It's always making things work for us and through us in the magical moment of the intentions that we set. So the inspired action is always flowing. It's always flowing. It's always there. It's the new song that pops up in your mind. It's the lyrics that flow. It's that thing that we know that inspires us to grow the garden, right? The beautiful flowers that we wish to plant. It's whatever creation that we may have, the book we wish to write, or whatever it is. You want to become a speaker? I had a fear of public speaking. Big fear of public speaking. My heart would pound. It was something I was a stutterer and also dyslexic. So I couldn't speak well, and then I would write, and I couldn't read my writing. But part of that was the process of getting up there and doing it and trusting. Trusting is one of the biggest things. The last thing is really this whole thing about raising our vibrational set point. Because we can do as much in every category, which really helps us take those steps from good to great to grand. But it is really the universe response to the vibrational set point that we're at. It doesn't mean, and the reason why I say set point, because there's times when we're going to struggle. There's times when maybe things don't go exactly the way we want to. There's times when we still may be finding ourselves triggered with what's going on in the outer world. But the more that we can work with our own self, the more that we can, again, detach from the confusion and the illusion and go into silence, go into nature, take your shoes and socks off, grounding. Grounding is a very good process. Breathe, notice the breath, journal, do gratitude work. Gratitude is one of the biggest things, because gratitude is the energetic signature of the portal of receiving. If somebody gives you something, what do you say? You're welcome. That is the energy of receiving. The more we're in that state of gratitude. On the flip side of that, forgiveness is the energy of letting go. So sometimes we need to energetically let go of the thing, the situation, the person, or even forgiving ourselves. The more that we can let go of the lower energies and then open up those higher energies, the more we ascend in consciousness. And everything in this planet is happening at this moment to enable that. As we probably are aware of, there's this, anybody familiar with the Schumann resonance? All right, it's a few of, okay, so Schumann resonance. Basically, it's the heartbeat of the planet. It's the planet, it's the ionosphere, it's the energy of the planet, and it's typically, the base mode of the resonance is 7.83 hertz. We've been going through a lot of solar activities. We're in solar maximum number 25. There's been there's mass coronal ejections, there's been solar storms, and what's happening is this, well, it's been affecting sleep cycles. You find yourself waking up in the middle of the night? Yeah. More vivid dreams. If somebody's had tinnitus or whatever, ringing in the ears, you have these different symptoms. But the more light comes onto the planet, or the more light that comes into our bodies, into ourself, the more that we awaken, the more that that process becomes easier. And we're in this time period of enlightenment, and we're going through this awakening process, and the steps that we take intentionally, we become that beacon of light that illuminates the planet. And it's because of us. It's because of us. So a lot of this that's going on is, people say, well, there's bad stuff going on in the world, Ron. War, like we should have graduated beyond that. All these other crises and things. If you turn a light on in a room, and you bring more light into that room, you open up the shades, you start to see the dust and the dirt. Start to be the things that were always there become illuminated. The distortions of truth, the things that maybe weren't perhaps serving the highest and best, need to either transform, transcend, or shift into a different consciousness. We are going through a basic process of what we call the precession of the equinox, or a yuga cycle. It's like every 26,000 years, and we're actually in that process right now, and that's what the Great Awakening is. The Great Awakening is happening, again, because of us, and it's just taking these steps forward. So with the whole thing about raising a vibration, I believe the biggest thing in shifting consciousness that we can embody is just the words that knows that everything is working out for us. True? Everything is working. Everything is here for my spiritual awakening. Say that with me. Everything is here for my spiritual awakening. Everything here is to enlighten the love that is within me, right? So the more that we realize that the universe is for us, Albert Einstein said we can look at the universe as being either friendly or unfriendly. It's our choice. Everything is here to awaken us. And so I'll end with one last quick story. Years ago, I was not necessarily in the best vibrational place. I wasn't embodying that everything was here to awaken us. I was in the victim mindset. Have you ever been there? Yeah. I had moved in, it was like 30 years ago, I moved into an apartment in Northern Virginia, and I was super excited because at the time when I was getting, signing the lease and everything, the person showing me the apartment said, you got one of the luckiest apartments in town. Right on your patio, which was, I was at the 3rd level, right on your patio, you look out over there, 4th of July, you have the most amazing display of fireworks. And there's something about 4th of July, I don't like to go into the crowds, but to have this front row seat, and the symbol of freedom, not just for the country, but freedom for the world, freedom for the essence of the soul. If you are the witnesser of that, it's just beautiful to me. Well, it turns out that on July 5th, that particular year, I had an appointment with a client on the West Coast, and there was only one day I could fly. And I'm okay, it's West Coast, I can't get there in time to see fireworks even there. And I was so bummed out. I was like, you ever been in a situation where it's their fault? The client couldn't change that meeting. I'm the one that set the appointment. They're oh, everybody else in my company is the day off, and I'm gonna fly on this, and I got this apartment, it's gonna be a whole nother year, Anyways, I went to the airport, and even at the airport, it's like a day like this, I'm looking out the windows, and there's no fireworks going on. I get on a plane, and somehow, some way, I dozed off. I wake up and we're somewhere over the Midwest, and I look out my window in the most magnificent display of not just one town. It was magical. There was one over here and one over there, and I'm above this, and I've got this beautiful front row seat. And I began to understand that sometimes everything is always working out for us. So think about your life and everything working out for you, the magical moments and the fireworks that are displayed, the celebration of you, your unique you, with the understanding of the clarity of the self, the unique self, setting those intentions of birthing the new, taking that inspired action and raising your vibrational set point to see the miracles of fireworks working in your life. Thank you.
I threw a mango pit into my yard one day, and now there's a big mango tree with mangoes all over it. And your talk made me think of that, because it's like I just planted a seed, and I don't know, there's something in there. There's some type of lesson to be learned. I'm still trying to figure it out, but I think there's something there. It's pretty cool. You can learn a lot from nature. Does anyone know the singer Natasha Bedingfield? All right. I promise you'll know the last song I'm singing for sure. Okay. Can you guys hear my guitar okay? Okay, great. I am unwritten, can't read my mind, I'm undefined. I'm just beginning, the pen's in my hand, ending unplanned. Staring at the blank page before you, open up a dirty window, hear the sun illuminate the words that you cannot find, reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Release your inhibitions, feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you, only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Drench yourself in words unspoken, live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins, the rest is still unwritten. Tradition, sometimes my tries are outside the lines. Yeah, we've been conditioned to not make mistakes, but I can't live that way. Oh, staring at the blank page before you, open up the dirty window, let the sun illuminate the words that you cannot find, reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Release your inhibitions, feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you, only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Trust yourself with words unspoken, life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins, the rest is still unwritten. Staring at the blank page before you, open up the dirty window, let the sun illuminate the words that you cannot find, reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Release your inhibitions, feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you, only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Trust yourself with words unspoken, live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins, the rest is still unwritten.
my. What gifts we have received today, am I right? This beautiful music, this wonderful message, Hector's reading. It was just such a beautiful spiritual alchemy moment today for us. We are so blessed, are we not? And this is the opportunity that we have right now to give back to this place, to this community, to this opportunity that we enjoy here at the Center for Spiritual Living Cultural Coast. And we do that by sharing our gift. And so if you're here at the Garden Center and you have your gift with you, I invite you to place it with love over your heart. If you are giving virtually, bring it to your heart virtually. If you're joining us online, the information about giving to the center is there on your screen. But just take a moment now and bathe that gift. See that gift lifted and expanding in gratitude for all that it represents and all that it will do in the world as it goes forth with this beautiful intention for expansion and joy. And know with me, my gift goes forth to heal, to bless, and to prosper. And the divine flow returns it to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. And now we'll join in singing our song, our offering song.
Receive the gift of life and pass it on. I receive the gift of joy and pass it on. I receive the gift of joy and pass it on. I receive all good and pass it on. I receive the gift of life and pass it on. I receive the gift of love and pass it on. I receive the gift of joy and pass it on. I receive all good and pass it on.
And thank you all so very much for your generosity. It means so much to us. I have just a couple of announcements. If this is your first time visiting, we are so happy to have you joining us, and we have a gift for you. Here we have the Science of Mind magazine. This is a 2-month issue. This is a magazine that comes out every other month, so this is the May and June issue. And it's sold at Barnes & Noble, but if you are joining us for the first time, we would like to gift you with a copy of this magazine. Please see Hector or one of our greeters at the door, and they will make sure that you get a copy to take home with you. And our information, our website and so forth is on a sticker on the front if you'd like more information about our center here. By the way, this magazine has been 98 years in continuous publication, so there's something going on here. Thanks. On Wednesday evenings, we have our Spiritual Living Circle. We get together and we read and discuss an article from this month's Science of Mind magazine. It's a great hour. We do it online on Zoom from 7 to 8 p.m. Jim Grove is a licensed spiritual practitioner. He's our host. You can sign up for that at the table, or you can see information about that in our newsletter. If you haven't signed up for the newsletter, I'm going to ask you one more time, please sign up for it. You're going to get a ton of information about what's going on at the center, and also valuable links to opportunities to register, such as Ron's upcoming workshop on Sunday, July the 9th, The Art of Manifest, June the 9th. Thank you for the correction. Anyway, June the 9th, he's going to be presenting the Art of Manifesting workshop. So he gave us a little taste, a little appetizer, if you will, for what that's going to be talking about, what he's going to be sharing in that workshop. But you're more than welcome to attend. It's right after the service on Sunday, June the 9th. Register here. You just bring a lunch, have a quick lunch, and then the workshop starts immediately after that. Registration link is in the newsletter. And let me see what else. Today, we have Nicole as our practitioner of the day. If you would like a 5-minute miracle session with a practitioner, Nicole will be that person for you. She's standing right there over by the screen. And if you have a prayer request, you can leave it in the box that's over there near where Nicole is standing. And if you're online, you can also drop one in the mail to us at prayer@cslculturalcoast.org. So with that, I just invite you all to have a wonderful week. If you're here at the Garden Center joining us, please stick around for coffee and time in community. We'd love to get to know you all better. Thank you all so much for being here today, and Emily's going to conclude our service. Thanks again.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I want to thank Bobby and everyone on the media team for all this incredible work that you guys do. This is so impressive to me. Do you guys know the Beatles? Yes. Okay, cool. Sing along if you want. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she's standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be. 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 Whisper words of wisdom. Let it be. And when the broken-hearted people living in this world agree, there will be an answer. Let it be. And though they may be parted, there is still a chance that they may see. There will be an answer. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Oh, let it be. There will be an answer. Let it be. Again, let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Oh, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom. Let it be. And when the night is cloudy, there is still a light that shines on me. Shine on till tomorrow. Let it be. I wake up to the sound of music. Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be. Oh, let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Oh, let it be. There will be an answer. Let it be. Oh, let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Oh, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom. Let it be. One more time. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Oh, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom. Let it be. You're so beautiful. Thank you. Oh, and Matthew Frost is going to play at the Bay at 6 if you guys are around. My husband, Matthew, he plays piano. He's really good. And he's going to be at the Bay at 6 if you guys want to. Okay, that's it.